there a thing like once you were playing at Alabama and guys would get into the NFL, would you try to get their cards at all?
Oh, you try to get all kind of stuff from them.
Okay.
You know, cards, jersey, gloves, anything.
Are you getting the same thing now? Are you getting phone calls or, hey, hook me up with stuff?
Oh, yeah, all the time. I mean, the guys, former teammates around the league and even guys back at school, they just want to be able to remember, the guys that they played with and the teammates and the bonds that we created.
That's cool. That's cool. Well, let me ask you this. All right. Tyreek Hill. What's the young man's name? Scotty Miller. Henry Ruggs. Who wins the foot race?
I'm always going to go with myself.
So I'll go with you. Would it be close?
It would definitely be close.
DeVonta Smith. Jaylen Waddle. Henry Ruggs.
Always me. That's
okay. Now, did that ever happen?
Not really. We kind of like try to race in conditioning sometimes, but that's kind of give or take because somebody's tired. We ain't gonna say no names about who, but but yeah.
All right. Well, let me ask you this: when these guys are entering the NFL, they're probably first-round picks. What kind of players, what kind of competitors are teams gonna be getting in both DeVonta and in Jaylen?
I mean, guys, they're gonna play their heart out all the time. They play the game with a lot of emotion. I feel like they're always out to prove some people wrong, and playing with the chip on your shoulder like that always brings out the best.
You had to come up through the ranks of great receivers, and then those guys had to come up through the ranks of you and Jerry Jeudy and everybody else. That has to hone your skills to a degree.
It's a learning thing, and we learn from each other. We always find ways to get better and better at each other, and I feel like with that right there, you always have someone to compare yourself to, and someone that sets the bar that you just got to catch. And I mean, that's gonna always push you.
What was the response like after you scored the game-winning touchdown against the Jets? You have that big play. What was the response like? And was it bigger or was it different than some of the big plays you had when you were at college?
I mean, if you ask me, it was like, okay. I feel like I made a play to make up for, the lost plays or, the bad plays that I had during the game. Right. And I mean, to everybody else, it was a big deal. Like, oh, you just won the game. To me, it was just like, I bounced back.
So you were personally looking at that as redemption?
Pretty much.
Wow. And the rest of us are just like, oh my God, what a play. The other thing that happens is after the game, all of us guys in the media were like, oh, the Jets called a dumb defense. The Jets have to look at their coaching staff. The Jets made all these mistakes. Did you look at that and all and say, hey, what about me? I burnt the guy. I caught the touchdown pass.
I mean, like I said, I wasn't having the best game, so I didn't much credit myself.
At the end of the season, we heard reports Nelson Aguilar made some very heated comments, really vented his frustration to the team about how the second half of the season goes. Were you there for that? And how did you respond to that?
I mean, one thing about that, he didn't say some of the things that the media has reported. He did express his frustration, and I'm 100% behind him. Everything he said was correct.
Yeah, well, I know we said some things saying like you guys all stink or something like that. You're saying he didn't say?
No, he didn't. He never. He just called the team out and basically said we weren't playing good. We weren't doing the things that it takes. And like I said, he never downed anyone on the team. He never downed the team. He just pretty much just called the team out.
Yeah, and it sounds like you agree that you felt the same way, both of your performance and the team's.
I mean, as a team, we weren't. I mean, we were losing games that we definitely should have won. So,
from your standpoint, personally for you, what's your plan for getting better in 2021?
Just be more consistent. I mean, of course, the strength and physicality part has to increase, but just being consistent.
Did you feel like that offense is notoriously difficult to learn, especially at wide receiver? Did you feel like you were still learning as the season went on? Or is there still a lot more growth on that side of things?
I mean, it's definitely one that is very complex and it takes a lot to learn. But I feel towards mid-season, I kind of grasped it.
That's good. What do you want, besides obviously being one of the fastest players in the NFL, what do you want to hang your hat on? What do you want your calling card to be moving forward?
I mean, it's just a playmaker, a consistent playmaker, not one that just, is just known for, going deep, catching the deep ball. I want to be a playmaker all over the field.
Making plays in the middle of the field, catches in traffic, third down, move the sticks, all that kind of stuff?
Everywhere.
Awesome.